And I'm so honored to have your endorsement. It means so much to me personally, and it means a lot to me politically. And so without further ado, I present to you Congressman Tom McClintock.
I cannot begin to put into words how grateful I am to each and every one of you for standing by Scott Wilk the way you have. I'm only involved in 4 primary races across California. I try to stay out of it unless there is a very compelling reason. And this was the easiest, no-brainer endorsement I have ever made. I have known Scott Wilk for now going on 30 years. Nobody has worked harder, nobody has prepared more thoroughly than to take a leadership role in the state legislature than Scott Wilk has. And never has there been a more important time to elect someone of his integrity, of his ability, of his sincerity than there is right now. Those who think that somehow we have to be more like the Democrats than the Democrats have had their way in election after election in this state, and it does not work. Dick Armey was absolutely right. When we act like us, we win. When we act like them, we lose.
That's right.
That's one of the reasons why this election right here in this district is so important, because it is a clash of the Ronald Reagan wing of our party, what I like to call the Republican wing of our party, raising that banner of bold colors, and the lazy go-along, get-along, Republican in name-only political establishment that cost us the majority in '06, cost us the White House in '08, and have cost us election after election in California. They have had it their way. It does not work. We've got to take our party back, because that's the only way we're going to be able to take our government back. Race. You are watching the money flooding into the opposition. Defense contractors are somehow, suddenly, for some reason, I can't imagine why, feverishly interested in this particular district in the California State Assembly. Now, I'm not going to draw any aspersions. The facts speak for themselves. The good news is everybody can see what's going on. Everybody understands what's going on, because in this election, everybody is paying attention to what's going on, because in this election, people understand this is our futures on the line. This is our families, our kids, their futures on the line. This is happening. Our state and what has happened to our country has happened on our generation's watch. It is our generation's responsibility to set things straight. This debate is of critical importance, and it's ultimately not going to be carried by the candidates or the campaigns or the newspapers. It's going to be carried by individual citizens talking to one another, because that's the debate that's deciding the future of our country. It's a debate that I have never seen a higher level of engagement in. So basically, just keep doing what you're doing. And there is no doubt in my mind that we will send Scott Wilk to Sacramento. And then, think about what one leader who's prepared basically his whole life for this moment in time, one leader who has worked his entire life for this moment in time. Imagine sending him from this district to Sacramento and what he will be able to do. You know, they do say one voice in the right is a majority. We really don't have anybody in the state legislature who is doing that right now. I wonder if we have anybody in the state legislature at the moment who is capable of doing that. Scott Wilk is capable. You send him to Sacramento, you've not only done this community an enormous service, you will have done our state an enormous service. And I will make this prediction. I make several predictions. One, we are going to prevail in this election. Because our form of government government was founded on some pretty sound assumptions, and one of them is that when people are paying attention and thinking things through, they do make very good decisions. That is a sound principle, and we can stand with confidence upon it. Scott Wilk is going to win this election. And more than that, when we send him to Sacramento, he's the kind of leader who can assemble the majority that will save our state. So, I'll tell you right now, that's not a bad way to spend an evening. That's not a bad way of spending a campaign. And I thank every single one of you for everything that you're doing to that end.